What's happening? I haven't posted for about 8 days. Last week, Monday, Tuesday, I made my 2 videos, and I was like, I'm cooking this week. I've got ideas. I'm gonna put them out. I'm gonna edit a bit more. And then it got to Wednesday morning, and I was like, nah, not this week. The weather's crap. I'm not in the best mood, so I'm not gonna post anymore for that week anyway. I knew I was gonna post this week because I had a few more ideas. Which is quite frustrating though, because the 2 videos I did put out did quite well. So thanks for watching. If you watched the 2 videos last week, and then if you tuned into my video that was sort of different style of content yesterday, thanks for that. Today is, I was thinking, I haven't said who I am really. I've said what I think and stuff like that. Have I said who I am? So today I'm doing the Ben tag. Who am I? What do I enjoy? And just like get to know me a bit more. So you can put some idea. You can put you can connect the points of me to what I'm talking about in my content. Really, in my video yesterday, I did that short poem about intentional, and it was the main word that I would probably use to describe myself. The others that I would use in other than intentional would be curious, funny, and vain. And I think funny and vain go hand in hand there. No one should really call themselves funny, but I am, and I am, and it's quite a positive thing if you can see yourself in a light where you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh on your own, you find yourself funny, and it is vain, but it's like, who really cares? And curious, obviously, I love thinking, so if I wasn't thinking, I'm not curious. That's who I am. And intentional, I just put my head down, put my head forward. I look for things, I get stuff done, I think about new things, and it's just about intentionality, and I'm all over that. The one thing you might have fathomed from my video so far is that I talk a lot. I talk an absolute lot, and a lot of rubbish as well, and a lot of good stuff that you might have picked up on and gone, do you know what? It's actually decent bit of law that. I like deep conversations and diving into things that I hold a genuine interest to. One thing I can think of is me, year 9 science back at school. Oh my god, absolutely hated it. Didn't have a clue about any of it. Tried to learn it, struggled, and I was like, this ain't for me. Like, I'm shocking at science here. I've got no interest in sort of getting better, which did hamper my grade a bit, but it's like, God, mate, you're never going to be a scientist. Do you know that? And then, like, get me outside that classroom talking about football, I'll chew your ear off all day long. My life, I would say, in terms of stuff I hold a general interest in, is sports, especially football, football stats, love them, and just life, which is what the basis of this whole page is about, just sort of yapping about life. We've mentioned loads of times that this year, 2025, I'm smashing gym. We know this, I've said it every bloody video. We know it, we get it, Ben, you're going gym, mate. But what I have made a focus on is not making my whole personality, because what I know is that there's already so much to me. I've already said that I think I find myself funny, so it's a good thing that hopefully people do as well. I'm witty. I've got good one-liners, good puns, good jokes. People say I'm funny, and also I think the one thing I pride myself on the most is that I think if you ask people what their first impression of me or what they think of me is, they probably just say I'm sound geezer, pretty decent person to be around, something like that. And I'll pride myself on just being a good person, really, because that's what life's about, really, just being nice and seeing where life takes you. For me, like I said, the gym was never about me going gym, smash it, and losing the other side of my life that I really enjoyed. Gym for me was about getting stronger, losing that weight. I started my gym journey in November, and then obviously from when I come back from traveling, I was 90 kg, and for the mental well-being of where my head was at that point, I was heavy, I was fat, really, and now I've lost about 7 kg and I've put on muscle. So on the scales now, I'm sitting at 83.5, and it's going down. I'm loving it. I'm loving the journey, and just getting stronger, enjoying it, spending more time with friends in the gym, getting stronger, learning new things on different machines and different exercises. And the main thing for me is it was just a massive lifestyle change. It wasn't about me letting everyone know that I'm going gym, it's my whole thing. I was never gonna like start like a gym account like my Instagram. I've got my main one where I post my like wholesome photos of like my trips and days out. And then I've got my joke one where I just do silly pictures and just jokes and stuff like that, and drinking mostly because you can't really publish drinking on your main account in case like your corporate bosses see it. So I just put my silly ones on another one. So the whole thing was just a lifestyle change, getting healthier, enjoying it, being more active right now. Like since January, last few weeks I've really slacked on my walks, but today it's 17 degrees. What? Tomorrow I think it's even hotter. And why on earth would I not go out and walk when I've got the opportunity right now to do so? So that's what I've been doing. On the other side of this, I've also got beyond gym. I've got my obsession with football, and one thing about me is that I love stats. I've just said it earlier. I love stats. I have a couple of years ago at the end of first year of university, I decided to make a spreadsheet and track every game that I had done in my whole life, going back to 2010. And it took a long time. Probably took about 40 hours to spreadsheet initially, and obviously you keep adding to it every game since. And I have been quite lackluster really recently. I've got quite a bit to catch up on the last few months. But my obsession is going to the football, tracking these things, the goals, the goal scorers, the bookings, the league table, the players I've watched grow up with, really. And ground hopping all these different grounds. We dropped that other video a couple of weeks ago called The Joy Collecting. And it's how that I connect collecting pins to my love of just going to the football. And hopefully if my local team and QPR, if I can get to a few more games this season, I believe I'm going to hit 400 games ever. And you think 400, like it's just something I love doing, and it's like, what else would I really want to do on my Saturday apart from go to the football? And there's not a lot really. Get some money, and I'll go every week, every year, because that is one goal of mine still, is to do every single fixture in the season, midweek, Saturdays, and just go, because that's what life's all about, just enjoying it, seeing the players you love, seeing the storylines play out in your head, and it's just really enjoyable, really. The other two sports I say that I'm really into it. When I was in first year uni, obviously that was when the Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen title race was going on in Formula One 2021, I think. And I think when I was younger, I watched a few races and didn't really know what was going on. And I didn't know the law, the rules of Formula One. And then my housemates really got me into it for that last race. And I didn't know. Obviously, I was supporting Hamilton. I was supporting Team LH. But I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, they're tied on points. And I thought it was just like a normal thing, and it wasn't. It was mental. It was one of the biggest races of all time, and I was there to watch it for my first proper race. And then straight away I was hooked. And it's like, I think a lot of people were the same as me, where they got hooked on that race, and they were like, yeah, Formula One's actually class. And then obviously the last 3 years I've watched almost every race. Last Sunday, started a new season in Australia, got up at 4 a.m. If you said to me back in the day before I started university, then why on earth are you getting up at 4 a.m. for the Australian Grand Prix 2025 when you should be in bed? And it's like, yeah, facts. What are you doing? But I love it. And then obviously we got the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend, so that's another early start. I think it's 7 or 8 a.m. start. So yeah, I'll be there. And then the other sport, one that I'm still yet to actually go and see as well as Formula One, but you got a piece to go and see that, is darts. And I've tried to get tickets for Worlds this year, but no, not a chance. But yeah, I just enjoy watching it. Thursday nights, Premier League, so that'll be tomorrow. So what we'll do with my new lifestyle, hit the gym in the morning, and then be at home for the darts from 7:30, watch that, go to bed, do a bit of writing, and then wake up and just live again. We're doing a generational L. My mic died just after that last clip. Luckily, I've got my two pages, and actually cut the clip pretty much there on the first page, so I can just quickly get through the other bits that I did just spend 10 minutes talking about. Let's do it again. When people ask you stereotypical questions, they go, when you're trying to like learn about someone, you go, what is your favourite film, mate? What is your favourite film? And for me, as you'll know, when I went travelling in the summer, I went to Maya Bay, if you watched the South Asia debrief, and I went to the beach, and that's my favourite film. The one with DiCaprio where they film it in Thailand, just off the Phi Phi Islands in Maya Bay. And obviously it was my dream to go, it was top of my bucket list, and I did it, and it all built up from me first watching the film to then go to the beach, get that photo, make my Instagram pin and my profile picture for life. It was the top of my bucket list to do, and I done it. Another Rogue One, sort of rom-com kind of style. I like Purple Hearts. I think I first watched it on Netflix. It was really enjoyable. Just like quite one of them emotional films where like you follow the storyline, you're like, damn, that's emotional. It's got me teary-eyed there. Favourite book, also The Beach. Also potentially the first proper adult book I've actually read. And like I've said, when was it? Yesterday, last Monday's video, when I haven't found another book where I've learned about life, really. So I want to find a non-fiction book where I can properly understand more elements of life and sort of learn something rather than just reading a story. I want to read something non-fiction that sort of just gets me in the groove of life and something to learn. Series I've committed to would be Suits. But if you've watched Suits, you'll know it's Suits before Mike and Rachel leave, because I stopped it then because it got stale and just didn't hit the same, because it's the main character and he's not in it anymore. And I think a lot of people would say the same, so I must have made the right decision there. Obviously with Formula 1 as well, got Drive to Survive, and like I said, I hadn't watched anything apart from that race. But then when I watched Drive to Survive, I watched back, it must have been 4 seasons before as well, so it would have been like 2017, 18, all the way up to 2022. And then now I've watched the last 2 recent series, and the new one dropped last week, but my Netflix account's run out, so soon I'll make a new account or like extend my plan and watch the new series. And also a Rogue One would be, I've seen a lot of stick for this one online when it first came out, especially as well. It's Ginny and Georgia, and I think if you really look into each episode and each character and their storyline and just what the show's about, and a lot of the hidden secrets that they've not yet shown for further series, you go, this series is so well written and thought out, and it gets a lot of stick for the cringe, and sometimes that's actually the best bit, because you can literally just sit there creasing and go like, what am I watching right now? But if you actually think about it deeper, it's one of the best written series that I've been able to properly get into and go like, I can see where this story's going. And you also sit there and go, do other people see the storyline on the plot that I'm seeing? And I think that's the best part about it. So, and I think there's 2 new seasons coming out in June or July, like back to back, just dropping together. So I will be there on release. There's a bit of a theme though with these sort of things I enjoy. They're quite rom-com-y. I'm a bit of a, as Drake would say, I'm a bit of a certified lover boy. Which, on the contrary, I don't date. I do not date because, first of all, it's draining. But also, can I even argue that if I actually don't date, I don't put effort in really? My last date was in June, and that was my only date for 4 years. The biggest L of that date was probably that I went on the hottest day of the year last year, up London. I went to the Tate Modern, and then I don't know if she thought I wasn't interested in the Tate Modern or something like that, but obviously I must have just given off the wrong impression. And also then the seafood restaurant was shut, so that was great. So yeah, we just sat in St James's Park in London. I really enjoy it there. Like, I feel comfortable. I quite like the park. It was sunny, it was nice. The Euros was on, so part of me then looks back and go, this girl never spoke to me again. Could I have just watched the Euros? Also, my train got cancelled on the way home. But yeah, so I don't have any luck. Never spoke to the girl again. Must have given off bad vibes, but what can you do? What can you do? You can only be yourself at the end of the day, and obviously my best was not good enough for her. On the side list though, of me not being able to pull birds and girls, whatever, my celebrity crush is Isabel Merced. If you've watched any films on Netflix, or if you've watched sort of I haven't actually watched some of her recent films like Alien. But yeah, she's also in the film with the guy that plays Spider-Man in the animated show. And there's that film with the Christmas one, Let It Snow. It's set in Waffle House, and I was like, that's quite. I'm not American, but if it was, it would be quite like relatable, wholesome film. And then she's in other ones with like Joe Momoa. And they're in quite a few films together. And also, one I haven't watched her in, obviously, is Dora. But I still find her attractive, so let's just leave it there. Also, we've got to go from another lifestyle point of view. What would be my rogue drink at the pub? And I can't remember who told me this at university, but they went, Ben, if you like Disaronno, instead of just being boring and getting Pepsi every time, try apple juice. And this does sound mental, because this just sounds like mental sugar rush. It's one of the greatest creations you can get at the pub. Amaretto and apple juice. It's unbelievable. And I haven't actually had it for a while, because I sort of treat myself to it every now and then. And I mean, I haven't really been getting on spirits recently anyway, because I haven't really been going out. I've just been sort of casual drinking pints rather than going all out. But that if I had to go all out, that's where it would be probably. And then my usuals, got me my Lewis Hamilton Monster, Team LH. I quite like Gasly and Hadjar at the moment from F1, but also Lewis fan. But also he's not in part of Monster anymore, I don't think. So yeah, we'll just keep it there. Pints, Guinness, neck oil. They're the go-tos. Guinness, more so neck oil. Neck oil, I remember one story, it was last year, New Year's Day, so 2024. Me and my mate I went travelling with, we got the cans of neck oil at like 10 AM, and we were drinking on the train up to London, and they were absolutely grim. And then we left them outside the stadium, and they were unopened when we got out the ground, so we just drank them on the way home, and then on the way back to the Spoons in London, and that was a mistake, but they were grim. But if you have a draft neck oil, it's lovely. And then obviously, main one, go to Guinness. Every single time I go pub, Ben, what do you want? I'll have a Guinness, please, mate. But yeah, the thing about me is that I'm constantly learning about myself and life, and I think what these videos sort of show off is sort of like my willingness to sort of open up, explore different philosophies, tell it how I think it is really, and sort of what I'm trying to change, what I'm trying to learn, what I'm trying to teach. I'm not trying to teach, but sort of coach. Let's just say that, because coach, you're not fully qualified. You're the number two. And that's what I'm trying to do. Try and just do a little bit of coaching for myself, and sort of just, if whatever I say sticks, it's like when you throw the American cheese at the wall, if it sticks, then you can take it in or not. But that's up to you really. The thing for me as well, the main thing for me is creating these videos. It's enjoyable. It gets me to sort of write down my problems, write down what I'm thinking. And the thing is, we didn't make a video at all last week. Like we did Monday, Tuesday, and then I felt awful and felt rank, and I didn't make any more. And the thing with that is, if I don't write, I don't yap. If I don't write, I don't talk. And I started the week on fire on Monday. I was like, I've got so many ideas here, class, which would have been my Sunday night writing. And I was like, because Sunday I felt down, but then I also felt down to write. And I was like, you're going to write an absolute story here. And I thought my video on Monday was quite good. Tuesday, I was a little disappointed with it. I didn't think I really gave across the points how I thought I could give them across. But I think this week I've got a few good ideas. And obviously we didn't upload on Monday, because I was just still thinking of what on earth I was going to do this week. But yeah, this week I've got some good videos dropping, content dropping. Like I said, on the banner, it says Monday to Friday, hopefully. It's not going to be 5 days a week, because sometimes the weather's rubbish, I'm not up for it. But today, it's all fallen into place. The weather's lovely. I've gone on my walk. I'm not in my coat. I'm just sort of like, just enjoying myself. But yeah, tomorrow, video dropping. Teaser will be 5 years on from COVID-19.